My name is Bidemi Odunsi. I'm a fabric artist and I'm the CEO of Adonai Design Limited, whose mission is to create, design, sell and showcase 100% unpainted items made from quality fabrics and art materials to beautify our clients and their space. Our mission is to become Africa's first and foremost fabric art gallery with a global recognition and presence. I started out as a fashion designer, and then I remember one of these days I was just fed up of having to compete with other fashion designers in the fashion industry. And I remember crying out to God for an extra means of income. And on this particular day, I slept and I had a dream. And in the dream, this faceless tall man appeared to me in a classroom. I was the only one seated. He walked to the blackboard, he got a canvas, he placed a piece of cloth upon it, and then he started to paint. And I watched, as he painted. And by the time he was done, he had painted this very beautiful peacock. And then he turned to look back at me and he said, "Start doing this." Immediately I woke up and then I just knew that I had been given like this very, very great idea. And then, but I had never really done anything hand painting before. I didn't even know there was anything like fabric painting. And so, the first thing I did was try making the research of, okay, does it exist? And then I realized that it exists. And then I had to get to the market that same day because I just wanted to put what I had seen, into practicals, literally produce those things. I got to an art shop and I asked the person for painting materials, and the salesperson was like, "You can see everything here. I'm just a salesperson. I don't know what to do or what they do with it." And then when we were still speaking, this very tall albino guy, like 6 feet and above, he walked in, he looked at how confused I was, and he was like, "Madam, what are you looking for? What do you need?" And I said, "Okay, I want to start fabric painting, but I don't have an idea of how, to go about it." And he said, "Are you an artist?" I said, "Yes." He said, "Do you have an idea of colors?" I said, "Yes." And then he goes, "Does that. He started to point to the paints I'm going to be using. He pointed to the brushes I'll be using. And then he told me how to create a stencil. And then by the time he was done, he was like, "Just create your designs and start painting." It looked like, something that was out of nowhere. And I had to ask him, I'm like, "Sorry, who are you? Where did you come from?" And he was like, he just came to buy just 1 yard of a canvas material to paint himself. And before I knew what was happening, he was gone. So I got home and then I immediately, I got a jeans skirt I had made, and then I created the stencil and everything like the man had described. And then I remember I painted a butterfly and a flower. And by the time I was done, I was shocked myself. I was like, did I really do this? I remember my husband coming back from work and I'm like, "Okay, guess what? Look at this." And he was like, "This beautiful thing, where did you get from?" Like, I made that. You were like, "You mean you can make this?" And then you had been like really, really, really disturbing yourself with fashion design all the while. And so that was how I started with fabric painting. And then from there, I started creating pieces. I started creating bags. I will paint on materials, create designs on them. I created books, fabric journals, laptop bags, phone pouches. Switching from being a fashion designer to fabric painting, I had to start getting my clients all over, and then my list of clientele actually changed, because before I would collect clothes from people to make fashion pieces for them, but now I had to start creating ingenious products myself, and then I had to start marketing. I had to start explaining to people that this is now what I do. And so I didn't get the feedback customers or clients like I would, and then the existing clients, they really they weren't artistic, so to speak, and they didn't really buy into it. So it was actually looking for a new clientele list, but it soon became the problem soon faced out, because by the time people saw that, okay, I could now come up with stuff from fabric painting, the list of clientele changed, and then I just started getting lovers and people who look for and seek my products. The feel is actually money. They need money to start a business, but I beg to differ. I think what you really need in starting a business is strategic relationships, because once you have strategic relationships, you can have people who believe in your vision enough to give you loans to start up your business, enough to give you materials, the things that you need to start your business, and then people who will give you feedback to know if the vision you want to start, if it's feasible or not. Pastor Ibuku Awoshika. I like the fact that she's a woman who is all-rounded, family-wise, social-wise, business-wise, and then ministry-wise. And then the question I will ask her, how did she move through the waves? How was she able to overcome challenges that, so to speak, will have drowned the business and vision. Be consistent, be tenacious. I would say show up, like make sure you show up, believe in your vision, be dogged with it. And then I would say opportunity meets preparedness. The opportunity can arise, let it meet you prepared and lay hold on it. Thank you.